All right, so this is going to be my 2024-2025 NFL Award Ballot. This is who I think should win the award, not who I think will win the award. But yeah, let's get started. So starting off with Defensive Rookie of the Year, we got our finalists are Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, Cooper DeJean, Chop Robinson, and Quinyon Mitchell. I think it's going to come down between Jared Verse and Braden Fisk, two guys for the Rams. Jared Verse is currently leading all the polls and stuff, and I think that is also my pick right now. Jared Verse had a great season. All of these guys have really had a great year, but Jared Verse stands out above all the others. Next up is Offensive Rookie of the Year. Again, all these guys have had great seasons. I think it comes down personally between Brock Bowers and Jaden Daniels. Brock Bowers has probably had the best receiving season out of any player ever, and he's a tight end, so that's really cool. Jaden Daniels probably had the best rookie quarterback season out of anybody ever. So again, two amazing receiving two amazing rookie seasons from those two guys. Personally, because of the quarterback value and stuff, I think Jaden Daniels does come out on top, and that's who I think should deserve it too, because he's been amazing this year. So next up is our Comeback Player of the Year. We got Christian Gonzalez, Damar Hamlin, J.K. Dobbins, Sam Darnold, and Joe Burrow. Okay, I think it's really going to come down mainly between Sam Darnold and Joe Burrow. Christian Gonzalez, J.K. Dobbins have been fine. Damar Hamlin didn't really come back from anything this year. I feel like, Sam Darnold had a really good year compared to what anyone thought he was going to do coming into this year. So that's why he's here. But Joe Burrow had the best season of anybody all year long out of any position, right? So I think he certainly deserves Comeback Player of the Year this season. Next up is going to be our Coach of the Year. Again, all these guys have had great seasons. Dan Campbell, best record in the league. Kevin O'Connell led Vikings to a 14-win team. That's amazing. Sean Payton, 10-win team and in the playoffs when no one thought they were going to be good. Dan Quinn, 12-win team, made to the NFC Championship game, although that's not necessarily important for this award. But he's had a great year there. Andy Reid, best record in football as well, tied with the Lions there. But yeah, personally, I think it's going to come down to Dan Campbell or Dan Quinn. Personally, I think Dan Quinn deserves it more than Dan Campbell just because he had a lot less expectations coming into the year. But Dan Campbell, I think, honestly will win the award. Defensive Player of the Year, we got T.J. Watt, Pat Surtain, Myles Garrett, Zach Bond, and Trey Hendrickson. I think it's certainly going to come down to T.J. Watt or Pat Surtain. T.J. Watt was leading for a big portion of the season, and Pat Surtain kind of took over a little bit after the halfway point, and he's kind of been the leader ever since. And I think it's certainly a very good battle, a very close battle here. But I will pick Pat Surtain, who, like I said, is the current favorite to win the award. But T.J. Watt is 100% deserving of that as well. So if he ended up winning it, I would not be upset at that at all. Next up is Offensive Player of the Year. We got Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Saquon Barkley, and Jamar Chase. I'm going to go ahead and throw out Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow because they're quarterbacks, and the MVP has almost become a solely quarterback award, so I feel like they should not really be in contention here for Offensive Player of the Year. So I'm going to take that down to Derrick Henry, Saquon, or Jamar Chase. And, you kind of throw Derrick Henry out there because Saquon had a better year than him, and they put in the same position. So between Saquon and Jamar Chase, both had great years. Jamar Chase had the Triple Crown, so that's obviously really impressive. But Saquon had one of the best rushing seasons in NFL history, so I'm going to give it to Saquon here. And then last but not least is our MVP. Last but not least is our MVP here, which our 5 finalists are Saquon Barkley, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, and Lamar Jackson. So I don't think Saquon has a really good shot just because, he's not a quarterback. Jared Goff, certainly the worst out of all 4 of these quarterbacks here. Joe Burrow didn't make the playoffs, so even though he had the best statistical season this year, because he doesn't make the playoffs, he's not really going to have a shot here. So it really goes down between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. The narrative is there for Josh Allen because he had a better record by 1 game. He hasn't had an MVP yet. Lamar Jackson's already had 2 MVPs, so the MVP voter fatigue is already there for him. But even though Lamar Jackson had he had a better statistical season by quite a bit, Josh Allen is the current favorite. But personally, I think Lamar Jackson should win it. He's had a better year than Josh Allen by a significant enough margin to kind of, make up for the fact that he did win 1 less game. That is going to be it for the video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check back next week. I'll have a Super Bowl preview video coming out, and make sure to check out my NBA videos as well.